I'm Faye. Welcome back to my channel, and this is Figure It Out with Faye, where I'm just trying to figure out my life, and right now I'm focusing on finances. And today we are going to be doing my bi-weekly budget, because yesterday was payday. So I originally budgeted $1,705, and that is typically what I would see in my check if I'm not picking up extra shifts because I am salary. So I did go through and I budgeted everything for that, but I was waiting on payments because I did pick up extra shifts at work, and I'm still working extra shifts to try to get a little extra money to pay down my debt a little faster. So my actual check, because I did do a PTO buyback, and I did finally get paid for some previous shifts that I worked. My actual paycheck was $2,845. And that was just my pay, because I forgot to submit my mileage, but usually that's maybe around $20 extra for mileage. So I did put in my mileage, I backdated it, so hopefully that comes in with the next check. So we're just gonna go through and adjust my budget for the updated amount. I do have my little cheat sheet on the side because I did have to update everything. Okay, so for grocery, the 150 has been working out for me, so I'm just gonna keep it at 150. Gas is going to remain at 80. Spending is going to get 50. Outings will get 50. Household, I'm going to increase to 30 because I'm gonna have to order toilet paper, which I like to order from Who Gives a Crap. And then I'll get like the bigger box, and usually it'll last me the whole year. So GM, I'm getting to a point where I'm gonna try to pull money from each check for some of my bills while I'm still building up my month ahead fund. That way I'm not paying like for my larger bills the whole thing out of one check. So I'm gonna put 200 aside for that. Insurance is still going to get 46, so I'm paying half of it, and then my husband pays the other half of the insurance. And I'm gonna pay $38 to my phone bill, which is half of my half of the bill, and my husband pays the other half. Canva is still going to get 8, which is half. Canva will get 8. Cricut will get 5. The Cricut is annually, so I'm just gonna start putting money away per paycheck until I reach, I think, the 120 for the annual fee. Audible will get 8 because that's half of the monthly subscription, and Kindle will get 5 because that's also half of the monthly subscription. And let me just double check my math here. It should be $670. $670. And then moving on to sinking funds. Let me just scooch that in a little bit more. Tech is going to get 50 because I do need a new phone. My phone's been acting up lately, and I do want to get a new tablet because my tablet has also been acting up lately. Car expenses, we're gonna do 100. Because my registration is coming up due in a couple of months, so I want to put money away for that, and I'm going to need an oil change in a few months as well. Vacation, I'm gonna bump this up to 200 because I am leaving at the end of the month for a weekend trip for my friend's birthday. Gifts, I'm gonna bump up to 170 just because I have a lot of birthdays coming up and Mother's Day, and because I have the money now, I'm just gonna put it in there. That way I'm not you know, struggling to find the money when I do actually have to buy a gift, because I do like to order things ahead of time. Self-care, I'm gonna do 40. Home was going to get 30. Fun times will get 30. Clothing will get 20. Wants will get 20. Books will get 20. P.O. Box will get 20, and buffer will get 20, and that should be $720, but let's do the math. $720. Whoops. Okay. So I did add a new category after I budgeted. So there will be a debt snowball payment. So whatever is left over, I'll add that to whichever debt I'm paying off. But so for this month, the debt snowball was already added into what I'm paying off for Affirm. So going forward, I'll put the amount of extra payments that I'm doing, but it was already added into the Affirm, which I calculated for the Affirm, but the interest went up on one of them by the time I actually paid it. So this was already paid, and I did put an extra 40 on it because I pulled all of my bills expenses out of my binder and just paid off all of those on payday. So this was actually for $25 and some change. Chase, I budgeted $96. The minimum payment was actually $97. Nothing for Barclays, nothing for Capital One. Again, the Transamerica loans come directly out of my paycheck before, so this is what's left after they pay the Transamerica loans. Capital One Journey was actually $117. M&T Credit was actually $100. We're not doing that one. That's in pause, and we're gonna do $150 for Upstart. I believe this should be $188. Now it's $888. All right, so month ahead, moving on to the savings. Month ahead, we'll be getting $250 because I need like $2,500, and that is the minimum payments for all of my debts. Rainy day is getting $50 because my goal, my goal is $500. Car payment will be getting 40 because I want to start for a down payment for when I buy out my lease. And Christmas will be getting 50. Emergency fund, my mini emergency fund is currently fully funded. So once I get most of my debt paid off and I start saving up for my 3 to 6 months of expenses, then it'll go into the emergency fund. And savings challenges is going to get, you know what, I lied. Apparently that one's new. I was gonna put $20 here. So this should be 908 because I put it in the wrong area on my cheat sheet. Okay, so then that takes care of debt snowball. And then I'm going to do 120 in savings challenges, which would leave me with $37 extra, which I'll probably just all put in buffer just in case. Right? Yeah, okay. So this should be 10. And if we did all of the math right, it should be 2,845. So we've got our 510. Yep, 2,845. So the income total was 2,845. The spending totals, all of it adds up to 2,845. So our total is 0. And this might be the first time I've actually zeroed out a budget. I don't really consider myself a zero-based budgeter because I do like to leave a little extra cash in my bank accounts for wiggle room because I am historically very bad at math, so I'd rather have a little extra buffer. So I do tend to keep the change and just round all the numbers, and I keep that in my bank accounts just in case I mess up somewhere. So this is what we're going to be working with for the next 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next video where I will be doing my cash stuffing. Hope to see you there. Bye.